The United States captured Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro over the weekend, and that's raised questions about the president's power overseas. It's our top story tonight. Thanks for joining us. I'm Sarah Diamond.
And I'm Casey Marler. The operation that brought Maduro into U.S. custody happened on Saturday morning. Here are the details. The move came after months of military buildup in the Caribbean. Maduro and his wife now face charges related to drug trafficking. News Channel 11's Jeff Keeling spoke to a professor at ETSU to learn more about the legality of the move without congressional approval. Jeff?
Yeah, thanks. Professor Daryl Carter says the claim that this was a law enforcement action against an indicted suspect in Maduro could mean congressional approval wasn't strictly required. But Carter says the bigger point has to do with Congress's relationship to the president and with the American people's ability to get important answers about uses of the military abroad.
It has been done by Democratic and Republican administrations over the last 130 years. So there is a precedent for this kind of action.
ETSU professor and presidential scholar Daryl Carter said the fact that President Donald Trump intervened in a Latin American country really doesn't stand out historically. But he says questions about Congress's role are noteworthy.
What it appears to be so far is that there was not a ton of communication with the Congress about this particular operation.
The president has not come to Congress to seek authority on this and has not even notified most congressional leaders about this action.
That was Virginia Senator Tim Kaine on Saturday. Kaine said he's been concerned under multiple administrations about Congress's lack of involvement in war-related decisions. Carter says Kaine has a point.
It is something that we need to have some conversations about as a country, about what is the proper role of the legislature versus the executive.
So Congress can ask important questions on behalf of Americans, Carter says.
What are the objectives here? What are you trying to do? Are you really intent on running this country? What does this mean for American armed forces?
Carter says the Trump administration has argued that presidents don't have to answer to Congress in ways they traditionally have.
The current administration is very much the belief that the president has almost unilateral power under Article 2.
The Constitution spells out presidential powers in Article 2. Congress's role is in Article 1. Kaine thinks it should exercise that role this way.
Passing a war powers resolution mandating that this military action stop, that there should be no war in Venezuela unless Congress affirmatively declares it.
Kaine said direct U.S. interventions in Latin America should be things of the past. Carter doesn't know if that's in the cards, but he says that makes Congress's voice important when considering how to handle regimes like Nicolas Maduro's.
Ran his economy into the ground, ran his people into the ground, put countless people in prison, murdered others. But the question is not whether or not he's a bad guy, right? The question is, what does this do to that particular country?
So Carter told me he expects Congress's overall reaction to those activities in Venezuela to be, quote, pointed but muted.